My name is Ray Morton. I'm from Regina, Saskatchewan. This is my Rock Raiders upgraded. Essentially, I picked several Rock Raiders sets and built upscaled, upgraded versions of them, and then added motors and animation to it. Put them all in a scene, and this is what you see.
The motors and animation really make it pop when you first walk up to this, but then just the fact of how much you've upgraded these. So you've got little images there of the original sets. These have just been massively upscaled and upgraded. So take us through kind of your overall design approach with each of these and kind of what was your goal as you were improving these?
Well, goal number one was to just make them bigger, better, and probably a little bit more realistic. I'm a heavy equipment designer by trade, so mining equipment is one of the things I've been working on. So I tried to put some of that thought process into these machines. So for example, the Chrome Crusher, the set itself, I didn't understand how it would function in real life. So I had to how is that drill gonna move and operate? So I added the up and down function to it. It's got four-wheel steer. It's got all suspension on it. The dish detector actually rotates before you start cutting. I didn't have anything laser-like for the top, so I added the Gatling gun. And then it was just a progression. I started with that. I went to the mech. I did the dozer third, and I ended up doing the tunnel transport last with the goal of hanging it from the ceiling.
Okay. Yeah. And so take us through more details in that one, because you've got all those spinning rotors there, but then the design is very unique there.
Well, I tried to emulate what the original set was as much as possible. And then incorporating the movement on the rotors, it was just a matter of figuring out how to get both sets of rotors. I wanted to operate in opposite directions, but still be, synchronized at the same time. So that's actually just running off of one motor. And I don't have it up and running at the moment, but I do have a remote, so I can make it turn slowly and actually operate the crane. It'll go up and down.
Okay. Yeah. Is that a giant tire underneath there on the bottom?
Yeah, that's actually what makes it rotate. It acts like a gyroscope, essentially. Mm-hmm. So inertia will make it turn if I fire that thing up.
Very impressive. And one of the things that's really neat is the way that you've brick built things like the sort of canopy covers. So what are some of the elements that you found worked well to recreate, kind of using pieces, just what would have been just one big piece from Lego?
Well, actually, that was one of the tough parts, because I started with the Chrome Crusher, and I built this exotic cab, and I really liked how it looked aesthetically. And then I went to work on the mech, and it's like I didn't have any more parts. So I had to do something completely different. And I was like, I love the mech style. I'm going to try and carry it over to the next one. And again, ran out of parts, had to do something different. So that's why the tunnel transport has more basic elements, just plain tiles on it. But it was a lot of fun trying to get and match all of the old canopy angles and whatnot.
And what are some of these giant wheels and tires from that you have here?
So the Chrome Crusher uses the giant tires from an old 4x4 off-roader Technic set. This one, this is more generic tires. I can't remember what set it comes off of. It's probably another loader. And a motorcycle tire obviously is in there for the gyroscope.
And then you're able to just kind of build inside those to give the details within the tires?
Yeah, they're just bunch of clip-on stuff. Tried to greeble it as much as possible. Detail is not my biggest forte, so I'm always constantly trying to improve. So I spent a lot of time trying to get as much detail into all of these machines as possible. And then I just kind of petered out with the layout. I had to put it on something, so.
And for the one in the front here in particular, you've got it kind of running on a track there. What are the mechanisms sort of like that are running this?
Well, it's kind of scary. There's actually only one motor running the whole thing. It's inside the machine, and it's running on a differential which splits power to the cab, which makes it rotate, and then to the tires. So when the cab rotates and stops, then the tires are supposed to start turning. And the bucket itself is just attached to the cab. It's a feature a lot of equipment in the mining industry is going towards, because they have to travel in both directions, but they don't have room to turn around. So if the cab rotates, it's super convenient for the operator.
And for the mech one over here, talk about kind of posability there, because that's always something difficult. It's got to be strong, but you still want to be able to pose it.
It is fairly strong in terms of posability, but I also cheat and I put Technic holes on the bottom of the feet, so Technic pins come off the base. So once it's clipped in place, it doesn't move at all. But also with that, I wasn't entirely enthused with how the original set just had a static drill. So I've actually got little T-Rex arms on that drill, so the drill's actually superposable. And then as an added bonus, I've got another mechanism on the back. It's called an undercutter bar that I can change out and put in place of the drill bit, just for fun. Another mining aspect thing that carried over from work.
Yeah. Is there anything from the original theme that you tried to capture that didn't work out, or something you want to do in the future?
I think my take is the best I'm going to get. I don't know if I want to try and capture anything else. I may try to there's a hover vehicle that I was thinking about incorporating this at some point, but this may be the last or second last show for this display.
Gotcha. And then you have another build with some really fun movement over here too. So kind of a different genre going into Star Wars. Tell us about this one.
This guy is called Speeder to the Knee. It is a direct takeoff from the Family Guy Star Wars episode, The Empire Strikes Back, where a speeder takes, or an AT-AT takes a speeder to the knee and does the classic Peter Griffin, It runs off an NXT brick. I've got a proc sensor set up, so when somebody steps in front of it, it'll fire up and run its little sequence. I was inspired by the episode, but there's one part that makes the whole thing work, and it's an old Technic helicopter rotor piece that makes the head go up and down and rotate left and right. And I found that was kind of like the source of my inspiration to combine the Family Guy episode and make this work.
Yeah. And with both of these builds, so much movement involved, how much kind of babysitting does that take at a show? Do these run pretty smoothly when you set them up?
It's hit and miss. The back half and the tunnel transport work great. This dozer has been a problem the whole time. The AT-AT, I have to stop by once in a while and just kind of rotate one of the motors 5 degrees. Otherwise, it's pretty reliable. It's been to, I want to say, like 10 or 11 shows so far.
Yeah. Well, very impressive here. I love both the builds, especially the movement that I think really captures the public's attention. So that's super impressive, and looking forward to more from you in the future. Thank you.